Welcome back to another video here at Heaven's Harvest. Today I'm going to show you a little interesting thing I found, which is a tomato that all of a sudden started growing. Literally, I guess it's been about 3 or 4 months later, because this flower was on the very bottom of the plant. So without further ado, come in here, and we got a tomato ripening. This is at the very bottom of this ginormous plant. This plant here is it's about 8 feet tall, and this is at the very bottom. This is one of the very first flowers on the plant. And you can see here it's little baby tomato. My camera will focus on it. So we got a big tomato, and it just all of a sudden decided it wanted to start growing this tomato that must have been on there for a very long time. So I guess I'm gonna let the little baby tomato grow. I don't know how big it's gonna get. The only leaves that are feeding it are on the back side over here. It looks like that leaf branch right there is what would be feeding this tomato energy to grow. But it probably will grow after I pick this one next to it. And I got a bunch more coming ripe soon. This is coming off the early grow plant. And a bunch of big ones over here, some better boys. All these tomatoes I planted in the center here in these containers are doing very well. Growing at rapid speed. That's a Tammy G plant over there. I'm actually really impressed with the Tammy G. It grows really fast and it puts on a lot of fruit. Whenever it blooms, it puts the fruit on very quickly after flowering, which is something I really like about that plant. And it's very productive. I'm gonna plant probably a lot more of those Tammy G grapes tomatoes. And a little tour here. Here's the Sweet Cherry 100 I planted. There's 2 of them in this container here. And this thing is out of control. And it is just putting on a magnificent number of fruit. There's probably hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of flowers on this plant. It just keeps growing. These are my sun sugars here that I'm trying to grow, and I'm gonna let them bush out also in this back corner, in the back side of the greenhouse. And then up above me, you can see this is that one Sweet Cherry 100 plant right here, which I've harvested a lot of tomatoes off of it already, cherry tomatoes. Oh, I gotta watch out for George. Hey George, how's it hanging? But you can see over here, it's actually grown out more suckers, even off the part that I cut off, and it's already fruiting. You can see here some coming on. Regrowing flowers and fruits at the bottom of the plant where it's already fruited and been harvested. But up here, there's probably thousands of cherry tomatoes. Thousands of them up there. As you can see, the number of flowers, if I zoom in, just the sheer number of flowers up there. It's so thick you can barely see through it. It may be a little difficult harvesting. When it comes time to harvest, I might have to clear a path in the middle of that to be able to reach them in there. Oh yeah, there's an army worm I killed. Yep, I've been finding them here and there, trying to invade my greenhouse. And I got more Sweet Cherry 100 plants rooting. There's rooting going on in there. So these are all going out in the field. There's no more room in the greenhouse. My early girl plants over here, these are the clones from that one in the corner, that big bushy one in the corner over there. They're all doing very, very, very well. They're already putting on fruit. I've been aggressively single stemming these plants, except one. This one has 2 stems. I'm gonna go ahead and let it, well, 2 of them have 2 stems, my bad. But I'm gonna keep it to 2 at the most. Because I want to see the fruits get bigger on these as opposed to on that corner. And also I think they'll grow a lot faster too by aggressively pruning. So we'll see. One thing's for sure though, when you do aggressively prune, they definitely put out a lot more flower blooms on the trusses, for sure. Like this is pretty crazy. And usually I don't see them putting off a sucker off the end of the flower trellis there. This one may not be an early girl. I thought it was, but it seems to have too many flower blooms, flowers on the trusses. No, it's an early girl. See what we got here. We got one coming off the end of that. We got a sucker coming off the end of that flower truss. Anyway, I planted some more plants out in the field. That's why there's not as many on the table. So I could make room for potting these suckers over here and letting them pot for at least 5 days to a week and let their roots grow out before I transplant them again into the ground outside. But yep, I'm working on having about 40 plants outside, and I guess another 4, 12, 16, about 25 or 30 plants on the inside. So I have a total of over 60 plants, which is getting closer to my target of 100 for the fall harvest. And I didn't use seedlings. I did it all with hydroponics and suckers off of the plants I already had growing in here in the greenhouse. Anyway, everybody have a blessed day, and God is good.